Today we are starting the first steps customising my new Bear 650. As you will possibly have already noticed if you've got a keen eye, I've already changed the blue seat, which I really didn't like, to this beautiful Royal Enfield signature brown seat. This is also a nice flat bench seat, which we're always going on about, so it's not as dipped as the standard seat. This is absolutely beautiful. It's made a massive difference to the bike. But we're going to fit a new exhaust, which I think could be the best sounding exhaust for the Bear 650 on the market so far. So time will tell. Let's have a look and find out. Now don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those really long-winded fitment videos that we've done in the past where it gets a bit boring. We're going to whiz through this, show you the steps but quickly, and then we're going to go out for a ride, see what it sounds like with this new exhaust, and we're going to go out with the old man's Bullet 500 trials and see where the road takes us. So first thing on the list is to take off the standard exhaust. Now because this silencer underneath is so large, you have to take off the right hand foot peg brackets to get it out. So we're going to take that off, but then it sort of hangs on all these wires, so we're going to sort of tie it to the frame somewhere so that it doesn't hang dangerously on its wires. Then I'm going to fit the sump guard underneath and then put on the new exhaust. So let's get into it. Right, that's in place. So that's just purely to keep that out of the way, and we don't want it hanging on its cables. So now to the next part. Right, oh, lost my glasses again. So all the bolts are undone, and I'm thinking we can take this whole back bit off as one bit rather than two bits. So let's try. Right, so just trying to get this middle massive silencer section off, but there's a bracket that's sort of hitting the bottom of the frame, so you can't get it off. So I've just looked up a video of someone else who's changed their exhaust, and it looks like we're going to have to loosen the front bit so that we can get the pipes to sort of wiggle a bit so we can get it low enough to pull off, and it should come straight off. But another thing I wanted to touch upon is that some of you might be thinking, oh, have I gone mad because I changed the exhaust on the Moto Guzzi and then the engine failed? But for one, if you think changing exhaust and doing a remap has caused that problem, then you're definitely wrong. We've had a lot of comments from lifetime mechanics and engineers who all have said the same thing, which is that that is a casting failure from the factory. And that has actually inspired me to contest the warranty on the Guzzi. So I'm going to ring him up later today, someone from Piaggio, and get the ball rolling on that, because I want my money back. But also I've spoken to Royal Enfield and they've encouraged me to customise this motorcycle. So I'm sure nothing will go wrong, because that would have been a casting failure anyway, and changing the exhaust is not going to damage the engine. So we've just spent about 2 hours trying to get a new tool because we've got to loosen up the front part of the exhaust to get the sort of silencer off, and I didn't have the right depth of socket. I needed this deep socket, so we had to drive about half an hour away to get one, but I've got it now. So we're going to take that off and hopefully we'll be able to pull the exhaust off nice and easy. I was going to fit the sump guard as well today, but now that I've had to do that, I can't be bothered, so I'm going to do that another day. But let's get this exhaust on. So after undoing those bolts, this slid off rather nice and easily. It was so heavy. I couldn't believe how heavy all that gubbins that they have to put under there. And look at the difference in this new pipe. Straight through. It weighs absolutely nothing. And this has been sent to me kindly by Mistral. And I put the same make of exhaust on my old bike and it sounded fantastic. So I've gone with them again for this, and I think this is going to sound unbelievable. It's the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Front bit came on so easily. Now I've just got to get this in line, which it almost is.
While Darcy's doing that, we need a decent toolkit and we don't know which one to buy. So if you know what sort of toolkit we could buy, so we can do things like this and tinker on this bike and my Royal Enfield Bullet 500 trials, like a socket wrench set with various tools and bits and pieces that we would need to do everything, or mostly, not take the whole engine rebuild. So let us know in the comments which one you'd recommend.
How good does this exhaust look? It looks absolutely incredible. Now, as we were fitting this, I see that this decat pipe here, this centre section, has a sort of hole for a O2 sensor. But this bike doesn't have an O2 sensor in the rear. But I think what's happened here is that the new Euro 5 Plus bikes probably have to have that sensor there, whereas this bike is a Euro 5 bike, so it doesn't have that. So I'm going to have to go to I have to ride it just round the corner to the tool shop and see if they've got a little nut or bolt or whatever to put in there to bung it up, because obviously I don't want a hole in the exhaust blowing out exhaust gases. But before I do that, I'm just going to fit the velocity stack and the new air filter, and then we're good to go. Oh, but also I need to put this brake pedal back where it's supposed to go, because that's a bit high up. Right, so inside of here we've got the air filter. So I'm just going to take this off, put the new air filter in, put on the Mistral velocity stack, and then we're good to go. So this is the standard air filter cover, and the air has to come in through these two holes on the side, whereas now they're coming through that. So it should suck in a fair bit more air, and that's the new air filter. So I wonder what difference it'll make. Right, so that is it, done. So I'm gonna have to ride it round the corner to the tool shop and find a nut to go in this sensor hole or bolt, and then, but I don't know how it's going to run without that, because it's probably going to be coming out that hole, so it might be really loud for a minute. I can't get this seat in place. That's it. Right, done. No engine warning light. So that was our first, or my first proper ride with this new Mistral exhaust system on the Bear 650. Blimmin' hell, it sounds good.
Sounds very nice.
It's a lovely sounding bike. It's got a really nice, deep, grunty tone to it, but this exhaust is not overly loud. And they do two versions of this end can. So you've got the Decat section, which gets rid of that huge silencer in the middle of the exhaust, and then you've got this rear end section, and they do a racing version, which is really loud, no baffle in there, and they do this one, which is the homologated version, which they say has a cat in there, but it sounds really, really good. So I don't know if it's a cat or if it's just a big decibel killer, but they did say it was a cat. So it makes it legal. So this is a road legal exhaust system, but it sounds absolutely fabulous. So it's an excellent choice, especially considering I'm going to do a long trip with this bike into France, where they're very strict on exhaust rules. This will be no issue whatsoever.
It's got that lovely grunty sound without being obnoxious, so it sounds deep and like an old classic Jag, but without being, you know, in your face and too loud. So yeah, it's a very good choice actually. What about that little sensor hole that we discovered?
Yes, so while we were fitting the centre section, the Decat pipe, I discovered it's got a hole in there for a O2 lambda sensor, and I thought, that's strange, because this bike hasn't got a rear O2 sensor, but the issue is that this is a Euro 5 bike, so this is one of the very few Euro 5 Bear 650s there'll
It's one
be.
of the first Bears that they produced off the production line, so it's actually last year's model, isn't it?
Yeah, because this is from Royal Enfield's press fleet. This was an early production, so it doesn't have the rear CO2 sensor, whereas now they've brought in Euro 5 Plus, so they have to have another sensor in the rear of the exhaust. So temporarily, I managed to get a M12 bolt, it is. I got one from our local John Deere dealership, and he gave me it for free. Tractors, yeah. Very nice chap. But obviously it's quite a big bolt, so I've ordered an actual proper O2 sensor bung off of Hitchcock's. Yeah. So that will come soon. But temporarily that plugs up the hole and means that I haven't got a massive hole where all the exhaust gases are coming out of.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if you've got a Bear or you're interested in the Bear, if you just did that change, the exhaust and that seat, the Royal Enfield seat, in that sort of beautiful brown, it looks like leather, it's not leather, but it's vinyl, but it looks like leather, that'd be enough. But we're going to go a little bit further, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic looking bike, as it is. But for me, as I said in the first video, it does look better with this brown seat, but this colour is, I think I can appreciate it more now with the brown seat. It does look nicer, but I don't think it's me. I don't think it suits me personally. So I'm going to create something that just looks properly, well, I don't want to give it away, so you're going to have to wait. But it's going to look incredible.
It does look good. Yeah. Nice.
So you just have to wait and see. But we're going to try and start the painting of this bike this week, hopefully tomorrow. So I'm just waiting on some bits for it, and then
I'm just thinking about what you're saying. One thing I would recommend to any of you, if you're thinking of modifying your bike, is buy the bike first and ride it before you buy all the parts, because sometimes you think, I want to modify this, modify that, and when you actually ride it, you think, actually, do you know what, I quite like that part. So for instance, my bike, out of shot there, I've bought the Royal Enfield Bullet 500 Trials, and one of the first things I wanted to do was change the handlebars, but on this ride out today, I thought, you know what, I quite like them, so I'm not so sure. So you do need to just test things first.
Yeah, and I think I made that mistake, well, I did make that mistake with my old Moto Guzzi, because I ordered loads of parts from a part manufacturer, before I even took delivery of the bike, because I thought, I've ridden it before and I didn't like this and I didn't like that, so I want to change them. But actually, when it came to it, I thought, well, you know, it's a right faff to change that, and I can live with it, and I'm not really that bothered. So yeah, definitely do that. But really, there's not a lot on this bike that needs changing. Nice. You know, one of the other things that I have got on the way is a tail tidy, which just gets rid of this sort of plastic bit on the back here, replaces it with a metal one, which is less clutter, and that'll just tidy up the rear end. So that'll look nice. This rear mudguard, you know what, it's very nice looking actually.
Yeah, that's right.
And this rear light's beautiful. So, you know, there's really not much that I want to change on this bike, because it's one of the best looking bikes ever made, I think. It really is. Very nice. It's very good looking.
Yeah, honestly, we highly recommend the Bear. We're massive proponents of the bear, aren't we?
I've never heard that word
I
before.
hope it's the right word.
I don't know what that
Look in the
means.
dictionary. Now, in the next video you see with the bear, you're going to see my new Royal Enfield Bullet 500 trials as well. We're going out for a ride to this cafe, coffee house place we've discovered in a nice old English village. So we're going to ride out to that. When we get there, we're going to talk about the reasons why we bought these bikes, and having ridden them a bit since, we can go into a bit more detail. So make sure you watch that video and subscribe so you don't miss it.
See you on the next one.